Oh. I've been trying to get myself better. When I'm trying to stream and something comes up telling me that I can't stream or something went wrong, I get fucking angry. I get really, 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 really fucking angry, really short tempered. Doesn't help me to tell me to calm down. No one who's fucking having a bit of a fucking whatever don't like being told to calm down. So please don't tell me to calm down. That's that one finished. If you're in Japan, no, it's not America, is it? If you're in Japan, this is the nicest tasting. This is the nicest tasting alcohol-free beer. There is a cheaper one, and it's a German beer, and it's like 99 yen, I think. So that is quite a good price. But maybe I'll, to be on the safe side, maybe I'll stop drinking. Stop drinking this as well. But the one thing about Japanese food, especially, excuse me, especially sushi, I need a drink of beer with sushi. But this is a bit like I said, so this is acceptable. So you can still enjoy sushi and have a drink of beer. And I guess it's like 100 yen cheaper. No, I can eat it now because I can eat it with this drink. I just had some sushi and it was just very frozen when it was sent out to me. So I don't think they actually they don't cut it in the restaurants. They're already cut. You want my T-shirt? Are you in Japan? There's a problem. If you're in Japan, it's not a problem. But if you're overseas, there's a problem because it's too expensive. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe. Because I was getting a message saying retry. Just wondering whether to go to the sauna or go tomorrow morning. Wife's just called him. He's off. I wonder what that buzz was. Incoming message. The bath, yeah. Well, some of the baths are very, very old. You know, they might be like 50 years old. The one I used to go to, they've closed down is because it's too expensive maintenance. And so I'm going to the other one. Well, it's the other one was closer, but this one's 600 yen on a Saturday and Sunday. All right, Pen. No, not. Oh, it could be. It could be. There seems to be a lot of businesses. What they did, they used to drill down. You know, even if it was a restaurant, they'd drill down. I want food now. I just said restaurant. Yeah, there was a restaurant opposite me, and they had a well. They would drink. They would drill down, and I guess it was to save money. But but if it's in the mountains, and you have like hot springs, that's also dangerous because they can kill you. Maybe it's the sulfur. Yeah, I guess they won't. No, there's a chance if you get in the hot springs, you might die. But I doubt anyone's died because they wouldn't let the customers use the baths if the sulfur levels were too high. I've been here. My girlfriend came to visit me many years ago, and we went to Mount Zao, and they, they just stink. The mountains, the hot waters on the mountains, they just stink fucking horrible. I guess so. It's the meme that everything works in Japan. No, I don't know what you mean. Yes, what people do? People go to the hot springs in America? There used to be a nice one on Mount St. Helens. Yeah, in Japan, these they pull off the most amazing. They pull off the most amazing works. And there was one they had to do it. They had to alter something at a railway station in Tokyo, And so they wouldn't. So they did it over like 12 hours, something like that. And they had 400 men working just so they wouldn't fucking miss a train or have to cut any trains. And they did it overnight when the last train finished. And they all got to work, these 400 men, and they did the job. So when it comes to like engineering and things like that, I think they're the best in the world. Yeah, it's very rare that the trains are late. And if they are, it's usually down to an earthquake or weather. Yeah, I don't have a laptop now. Yeah, exactly. Well, they've done the same thing when there was a massive sinkhole in a city in the middle of town, and they fucking fixed it over the weekend. And all these other people are saying that'd take fucking months in England or take months in America. Make a video about it. I wish I knew what you were on about, then I'd make a video about it. No, that used people used to say that like fucking 30 years ago. But the Chinese and the Japanese, they're the number one. They're the number one for creating patents. Yeah, I disagree with you there, Pen. The man with the most, man with the single most patents, Dr. Nakamatsu, like 3,500 patents. He invented the floppy disk. Well, if you've got a patent for something, then you can make money on it if someone tries to use it. You like, I just saw something today. Was it fucking Facebook that was responsible for that? So they said it wasn't enough with two genders, and then everybody started coming up with all these fucking genders. That's another reason to hate that. What's his name? Mark Wahlberg. With the, there are so many patents. You can't just because you don't know what those things are. You know, most of the patents are just nothing to do with everyday life. Yeah, someone suggested they did it on purpose so they could lay off people. That'd be a great video to like a bunch of women kicking the shit out of him. Shoving fucking 25 boxes of tampons up his arse. Might go for a walk in a bit. Why? Probably because if people can't get the money out of the banks, and then it brings down governments because they all go fucking crazy. That's why they're not allowed to fail. They opened a new sushi shop in Iwakura. But it's just a chain one, but I don't think it was very good. They're just two different things, aren't they? Totally completely things. Both foods are good. You know, I don't like when people say British food is not good. It's fucking brilliant food. But it's just hot. And it's pies and peas and steaks. Desserts. Fish and chips, Yorkshire pudding. Pulled pork sandwiches. Just that it's not... But when you think about it, you know, people say this, and the Americans, that, you know, their most, it's just a hamburger, and they didn't even invent that. Yeah, another thing is it's too filling. All I'm thinking now is pizza and fucking wine. Oh, and my stomach pain. Yeah, Cornish pasty, shepherd's pie. Someone was saying the other week on the program that Cornish pasty is not actually from Cornwall. It's from a different town nearby. Was my mother a good cook? No, she was fucking useless. My grandma was a good cook. What we used to get on a Friday night, we used to get a sandwich with like pot of meat sandwich, 2 slices of bread cut in 4, and then a fucking penguin biscuit. That was our evening meal. It's a good job we had fucking free school meals. Barbecue. I don't think anyone had a barbecue in England until about 1998. Yeah, a lot of British housewives are fucking hopeless. They just make it really. It might have changed in the last 20 years, you know, when because all the foreign food coming in, you know, like curries or Italian food. If you had spaghetti, it was spaghetti in a can on toast. But I think the most popular food now, it might have changed, but I think the most popular food is curry. But it's better than in Japan. In Japan, it's like you get 2 or 3 choices. In Britain, you get lots of choices of different curries. Which land? Yeah, fucking Mexicans, that's great food. Yeah, there was some, I don't know, taking the piss out, and it was like this black dude, and he's asking 2 different girls, and he says, "Can you cook?" She goes, "No, but I can make a shadow of a dragon with my hands." Yeah, there were 2. I saw this with 2 different girls. They might have been taking a piss. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen. I've seen like particularly in English homes or English videos or English news, and they're spending like fucking 20 or 30 quid on a fucking on fucking takeaways from Uber. What the fuck? Costs a fortune. I've never ordered a YouTube a YouTube Eats. Never. Yeah, I think if it works, if it, like if the girl works or woman works and then she's in a good salary, they can afford to do, or it doesn't matter. But the problem is if they don't work and they don't do fuck all in the house. Well, if I went, you can like teishoku. Teishoku is like soup, rice, piece of fish or piece of meat, about 4 or 5 little dishes. And that can be between like 700 yen and 900 yen. If you have fresh fish, it could be like 1100 yen. And that used to be about a fiver. But that's in a restaurant, so it's fucking cheap. You can't get a hot meal for. What about breakfast? Yeah, I think we're watching these videos of what's happening between, and they seem to be. I think they're making the videos just to fucking wind people up. To tell you the truth, especially, but these black women, and they're showing them in a really bad light. And I think they're making the videos on purpose. They had a video of one. I don't know if it's called Pickle or something like that, somewhere in London, and it's been open 100 years. This shop, and they showed you what they didn't just show you the British breakfast. They showed you all different kinds of British food. It looked great. Well, I've been watching some twats from America, and they just get a big dish, plonk in a big piece of meat, and then they get all different kinds of. They have like fucking 5 or 6 different powders: onion powder, this powder, garlic powder, and they just fucking just pour lots and lots of shit, and then they say, "Yeah, we're going to cook it for 8 hours now." Well, they don't even fucking, they don't sear the meat. No, but the thing is, a lot of the times I also get off-price meals. No off-price because it's called time service. So a lot of shops have it about 7:30. Round about 7:30, they look what food they haven't sold, they sell it at off price. But I haven't been eating too much recently, so because I want to lose weight. Like I say, you can go into a nice warm restaurant, order a set meal, and the cheapest one is probably 700 yen. Some places they might charge you 200 or 300 yen for the service charge. Really, they don't have any off-price meals in America, in the supermarkets. Yeah, well, it's the shop doesn't want to get known for always having off-price food, or they'll fucking, and sometimes they'll won't sell it at off price. They'll make it 20% because they don't want to. They don't want to be known as selling fucking off-price food all the time. Always, he's a nutter. He's a fucking nutter. But for some reason, off 50% like him, 50% hate him. Yeah, can't they? Is that where they throw the food? And like I've seen that before. But, like I say, if they can get it for nothing. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be jumping in a dumpster either. Because you might get, someone in the supermarket pissing on the meat. Yeah, but like sometimes you can get some nice meals. Because some of the bentos from the nicer places, they're 600-700 yen, sometimes 800 yen, and sometimes when those are on sale half price, it's a nice bento for half price. Yeah, I went on a date with a girl to Royal Host in Tokyo, but I don't think there are any in this area. But I like Gusto's terrible now. I went to Joyful today. I got a salad. Oh, really? Size. So some of the stuff's bad in Siberia, but some of it's okay. But it's very fast in Siberia. They had a cherry pie last year. They had a cherry pie at Siberia. Fantastic. Yeah, that's what I should be careful of as well. You can get a reduced. Well, it depends how much fucking soy sauce you put on your food. I rarely put salt on my food. No, it all depends. No, not if it's in a bento. They might the taste. If they're using it for sushi, then the rice is made sweet. You haven't got enough money. £500,000. I keep looking at the clock on the wall. It's 25 past. So I'm thinking whether I should go and see if there's any cheap food. I had about 10 pieces of sushi earlier. Yeah, you can get away just putting on a little bit of soy sauce on. Last time I was clean shaven, fuck knows. A long, long time ago. Right, guys, I'm going to get off because I've got some work to do as well. Just go and check on this. So I'll just walk you over to the food counter. See if there's any cheap food. This is the time service. So when it gets to a certain time, so you can get some cheap bread, off-price donuts. Oh yeah, what came back the other week was giving food away. So because of COVID, they stopped giving it away, giving you free samples. Why are fucking cherries so expensive? Later, Pam. Trousers are falling down because I've lost weight. There we are. All the people. Yeah, there's no off-price stuff. I should report them to the United Nations. Potato macaroni. Oh, this. What we got here? Well, it's a roast duck. But I don't want no fried food. That's another one, our price. Roast katsu. Right guys, I'm gonna get up.